Hey guys, what's going on? I'm back with something a little bit different today. I'm going to be breaking down the Rain archetype and showcasing how you guys can build your own Rain team. But before that, make sure you guys remember to like, comment and subscribe, as this really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and helps me know if you want more of these team archetype breakdowns. Tell me if you want more, of course, and different cores. Also, guys, be sure to join the Discord if you guys want to know the secret source even earlier, and in general got any questions for me to answer. Team build wise, we have a whole community of people and nice supportive guys over there, so come over. And lastly, I stream on twitch.tv/ppr5 every Friday at 8 PM UK time, where you can ask me any questions there and catch me deep in the action. Check the description for all the links below, and also make sure to check out the Podforce merch. And before I forget, we're really close to 2k subscribers, guys, so if we hit 2k subscribers by the end of the year, I'll be doing a giveaway for a Nintendo Switch gift card or a Steam Switch card, depending on what the winner wants. So let's get to our goal. Firstly, we gotta ask ourselves, why do we want to run Rain? I personally think Rain has a very good chance because of the versatility and access to moves such as Parasong, allowing for alternative win conditions. Other than that, it increases water type moves by 50%, decreases fire type moves by 50%, allows Thunder and Hurricane to become 100% accurate, synergies with certain abilities such as Dry Skin, which restores HP, Hydration, which heals status conditions, Rain Dish, which is HP recovery of 1/8, and Swift Swim, which is the big one of doubling speed. Vertical becomes water type and base power is doubled, Solar Beam / Blade is halved, Moonlight Synthesis and Morning Sun's recovery is also reduced. So what's our starting point? Firstly, we need a Rain setter to activate the Rain. Typically you want to have a Drizzle Pokemon, but you can also do this with manual Rain or setuping with Max Geisha. However, the most efficient way is having a Mon with Drizzle. The two most common Rain setters are Politoed and Pelipper. However, ever since the return of Politoed, Pelipper has been relegated to more of a niche role. Regardless, there are both cons and pros of using either ones. Firstly, we got Pelipper with Skull, Brine or Surf as its water coverage type move, Hurricane, Protect and Tailwind. Benefits of being a flying type alleviates ground type weaknesses, access to Tailwind to gain another speed advantage, access to Wild Guard for expanding force / rock slide spammers depending on what the meta is like at that time. On the other end, we have Politoed, which has access to Helping Hands, Parasong, Protect and Scald or Muddy Water or even Hydro Pump as its usage water coverage. There is at the moment in the Players Cup 2, there's a Choice Specs Politoed running around being an absolute menace, but generally people are running this set. And what's the benefit of running Politoed is because of the access of a bunch of supportive moves such as Icy Wind. You can choose to use Icy Wind, as I didn't mention it because it's kind of unfavorable at the moment. Accompanied with Helping Hands plus Parastrong synergy with Hyper Offense Core to knock out enemy leads and quickly end up in a Parasong win condition when they only have 2 Pokemon left. However, it loses its 4x electric weakness for a major Rillaboom issue with their grass weakness. At the moment, I favor Politoed over Pelipper as it has access to more supportive moves and the killer late game win con. However, Pelipper still has a great use in this meta with its speed and advantages coming from Tailwind and utility from Wild Guard, which might be significant when expanding force spam comes back into the meta, or rock slide spam or whatever doubling up AoE move comes back to be spammed. Next, how do we abuse the Rain? The common ways of abusing Rain is Thunder or Hurricane usage and Swift Swim users. Swift Swim allows you to outspeed the enemy, which is hugely important, especially with dynamic speed changes and speed controls. You can be a first to max airstream to raise the speed of your partner to otherwise outspeed the enemy that you weren't going to. Thunder and Hurricane is also important as it counters water and grass type that would resist your water type moves otherwise. The two best swim abusers of the meta at the moment, which I would advise building around, is Ludicolo and Kingdra as your primary swift swimmers. Ludicolo with the weakness policy or Life Orb or Sea Incense with a moveset of Fake Out, Ice Beam or Ice Wind. Leaf Storm or Energy Ball, Muddy Water or Hydro Pump or even Scald. Ludicolo was the longest time the main protagonist in the Rain teaming. However, with this generation where Kingdra has access to Hurricane and how important Max Estrian in the metagame is too, it kind of lost its place a little bit. However, being Ludicolo's unique timing allows you to counter opposing water types with Grass Stab, in particular Gastrodon, which is very, very important. But with its low offensive stats and move pool depth, it is a very lackluster mon compared to our nice Dragon Boy Kingdra, but you can still build around him. He's still very good with that unique typing, and also checks one of your crutches that you need to answer building a Rain team, which is Grass type, which is having access to a Grass type mon to get rid of the Gastrodon. But we have Kingdra with Life Orb, Draco Meteor, Hurricane, Muddy Water or Hydro Pump, and lastly Protect. Having access to Hurricane has made it one of the best Rain sweepers, whilst giving Rain users a way to check Grass type, Dragon types without needing to without changing the weather, where Ludicolo may need to use Max Hellstorm to check Dragon types. Also, being Water Dragon typing keeps his weakness to a minimal of Fairy and Dragon type. There are also many Swift Swimmers that you guys can use to abuse the Rain with. Honorable mentions I can think of from the top of my head is Seismitoad, Dreadnought, Kabutops or Omnistar, Mantine, and even Beretic, who I've seen do amazingly well in Rain. However, they have their own weaknesses and pros for you guys to work out how to fit into your team. Lastly, you can abuse Rain in other ways, for example, the use of Helios with Dry Skin having access to Thunder, or even the likes of Goodra/Dramper, which has Sapsiba to have a Grass type switch in and have access to Hurricane, and Thunder also, allowing you for both defensive measures and offensive potential. Of course, there are many options I didn't mention. Make sure you build the team the way you like and discover options yourself and try to fit them into it. I am merely showing you guys the basics you need to cover of a Rain team. So I highly recommend you guys to start off with Ludicolo or Kingdra and work your way to experimenting with different Pokemon, so you generally know how it works in a Rain team. Next is covering your basics, guys. Having settled the core members of the team, I recommend you guys to build contingency plans or have answers for the 3 main troubles that Rain teams can struggle with. Number 1, Storm Drain and opposing water type Pokemon. Number 2, water resistant steel types. And number 3, Grassy Surge, Rillaboom and Freeze Dry mons. At the moment there is one mon in the meta which actually fulfills all 4 roles, which is Celesteela. I've been personally running this option, Celesteela, with Life Orb, Weakness Policy, Air Slash, Flash Cannon, Meteor Beam or Giga Drain, and Flamethrower. For water type mons it has access to Giga Drain. For steel types it has Flamethrower. Accompanied for grass types it has its Stab, Air Slash. Lastly, for both sand and sand teams, flying and steel types easily walls the offensive moves of the sand teams they have access to, and for sun it has Air Slash for Venusaur and Max Rockfall for Charizard plus Torkoal, and because it's in a Rain core, you can easily mitigate Charizard's damage even if it does outspeed it. So the 4th thing that I didn't mention is weather teams, how to beat weather teams. It's not too important because as you add Pokemon, they inherently have a advantage against sun teams or sand teams, so that's why I didn't really call this a need to cover, because the Pokemon that we're going to be covering also have additional benefits for sand and sun teams, so you don't have to specifically go out of your way to answer them, because the Pokemon that you add will have a way to have a check for them. Firstly, for Storm Drains and opposing water type mons, I have 4 great candidates in this situation. Firstly, we have our favorite gorilla GMAX Rillaboom with Grassy Surge, Miracle Seed, Rose Incense, Choice Band, Assault Vest. You can run it on the bloody anything and it'll still be good. The moveset generally is Fake Out or Warhammer, Glassy Glide, Knockoff, Superpower or Horsepower or High Horsepower or Protect. With great stat distribution, allows you to have priority grassy terrain boosted Glassy Glides whilst easily surviving hits. Grassy terrain also gives you a very good option versus sand teams, allowing you to Oko Tyranitar and even Exegil. The next mon we have is Rotom Moor with Citrus/Life Orb, with the moveset of Dark Pulse / Will-O-Wisp, or even Nasty Plot some people are running, Leaf Storm, Protect, Volt Switch, or Thunderbolt. Having both electric type and grass type stabs may be an overkill, but the later is very important for Gastrodons, and being electric types alleviates its own weakness of flying types, of being a grass type, you know. Next we have the grass steel types of Katana and Ferrothorn, which both have their cons and weaknesses. Katana is fast and aggressive, usually ran on Assault Vest with the moveset of Sacred Sword, Smart Strike, Aerial Ace, Leaf Blade, allowing you to snipe water types and quickly gain Beast Boost, and Snowball was having amazing coverage for autumn matchup. This can easily become your win conditions, especially when Rain is around. You can easily bulk through some of the physical fire type moves. Special fire type moves, you might still struggle. Ferrothorn is usually run as a bulky late game win condition with Leech Seed, Iron Defense, Protect, and Body Press. Completely different to the other three way of the playstyle, but generally you want to set up iron defenses against physical damage dealers and slowly whittle them away with Leech Seed and Protects, although you can also run it similarly to Katana, going for A3 on offensive stabs such as Iron Head, Power Whips to gain defense boosts, and then finish them off with Body Presses when you're out of Dynamax. The inclusion of these glass types allows you to easily deal with water types and Sap Sipper mons, as GMAX Drum Solo bypasses it while also having Rain to mitigate fire type damage. I would like to emphasize again that there are other grass type mons that you can incorporate into your team. These are just the strongest in the meta right now, but you guys can be able to discover something new yourself, which is very, very exciting. Please tell me if you do discover some really cool grass type mons for your Rain teams. Against water resistant steel types, there's a few candidates for this, mainly choosing either fire or fighting types. For this role, my top candidate for this role is either Entei or Incineroar as the top fire types at the moment for melting away at those pesky steel types. Entei running Assault Vest, someone running Shuka Berry at the moment with the moveset of Sacred Fire, Bulldoze / Lava Plumes to proc Weakness Policy, Extreme Speed, and Snarl allows you to have priority with Extreme Speed, a way to proc Weakness Policy users within your team in two ways, and an amazing utility of burning physical threats at a very decent chance from Sacred Fire and Lava Plume. Lastly, having access to Snarl to neuter special attackers. Incineroar with a Pinch Berry, Assault Vest, or Shuka Berry. You can run it on a lot of things. Flare Blitz typically is its attacking move, Parting Shot or U-Turn, Snarl, and Fake Out. There has been more offensive Incineroars out there running close combat and more offensive moves, however I will cover the most popular version for this video. Incineroar being tanky and having great offensive stat accompanied with Intimidate allows you another way to shut down physical attackers. However, this occasionally might become a double-edged sword with Defiant Thunderous running around. Thus, Entei has taken the reins in being the top fire type, as burning prevents Defiant boost while still reducing physical damage. Lastly, for the fighting type that is punching a hole in every single steel type is, without a doubt, Urshifu. Both Urshifu is great either water or dark. Water Urshifu is enhanced in the rain, however dark Urshifu works in various ways, which is still good regardless of the situation because of how strong Wicked Blow typing is and base power. No one likes switching into it, literally. Wicked Blow can literally blow everything up. Urshifu either is running Choice Band, Life Orb, or Focus Sash, Wicked Blow or Surging Strike, Sucker Punch or Aqua Jet, Close Combat, Protect or Poison Jab, depending on if you're running on Choice Band or Focus Sash. Poison Jab is pretty good for those pesky fairies. Nothing special, just best in slot fighting mon in the meta right now. Lastly, you'll need a counter for Grassy Surge Rillaboom plus Freeze Strides. This role is typically dominated by steel types, however there's a few exceptions. Also, Pokemon mentioned previously could very well fulfill this role too. Earlier I mentioned before this role should be taken by Celesteela, however I mentioned a few other picks that synergizes well with Rain. Firstly, we have Glastrier, Life Orb / Weakness Policy / Assault Vest / Lumberry. You can run Glastrier on literally everything. It's quite versatile with the moveset of Icicle Crash, Heavy Slam, High Horsepower, Protect / Close Combat. Some people are even running Swords Dance on this slot because you don't need to protect on the horses, you just need to get more attack boost. This mon gives you a Trick Room option onto the team as well as Dynamax Pressure even not under Trick Room, whilst having amazing bulk and resistances to both Rillaboom and Freeze Dries, whilst having a good check for Dragon types, so it would otherwise cause Kingdra some problems. Mia just tanks through the Glassy Glides and Freeze Dries, and also be able to OHKO them with Max Steel Spike and also Max Hailstorm. The next Pokemon we have is Takataka with the Shuka or Chople Berry. Sometimes people are running Weakness Policy, but it is a little bit scary. We're running Trick Room, Gyro Ball, Rock Slide, Body Press, or Protect. Other great options for countering Rillaboom and Freeze Dries, as it resists both and giving your team a Trick Room option that can even set up Trick Room itself. Couples as being a great fairy switch in for Kingdra as also. Lastly, we have Finisher's Touches, as we should still have 1 to 2 slots left, which are still unoccupied. There are certain criteria to meet, but they should also complement with the previous members of the team, whilst also still considering what the meta is at the time. The 4 main criteria to still look for is 1. A Trick Room setter, 2. Other water type Pokemon, 3. Lightning Rod plus Sap Sipper Pokemon, 4 is alternative supports. Firstly, for Trick Room setters, having access to slow mode or a counter to teams that are in general faster than you can be very useful. There's a few premium Trick Room setters such as Dusclops, Oregon 2 or Cresselia at the moment. However, one that really shines with extra synergistic energy is Gothitelle with a Cassib Berry, Cobra Berry or Focus Sash with a moveset of Fake Out, Expanding Force or Psychic, Helping Hands or Ally Switch, Protect or and Trick Room. The main appeal for Gothitelle that other teams can't utilize to its full potential otherwise is because of the ability Shadow Tag, which stops opponents from mainly switching out of unfavorable positions. This is particularly important for weathers, as you can prevent Torkoal/Tyranitar switch-ins that will guarantee their respective weathers, as they're slower than Politoed. Alongside that, it pairs well with Parasong from Politoed and giving your team another win condition. Then clipping buttons and hitting Pokemon, you can lullaby everything to death. As long as you have covered your bases already, you can abuse Rain more with additional water types that also help you in other ways. Example of this, it would be Primarina running Assault Vest or Life Orb with the moveset Energy Ball, Hydro Cannon, Hyper Voice and Moonblast. Fairy typing helps with Kingdra and resists Bugs type and Fighting types. Has access to Energy Ball, which helps with Gastrodon matchup, and also powerful max gauges coming from Hydro Cannons to abuse or reset weather. And next we have Araquanid with either Room Service or Iron Ball, moveset of Lunge, Liquidation, Protect, Entrainment/Giga Drain or Wild Guard. Underrated Watermon that works well under Trick Room. Water Bubble plus Stab destroys other weathers easily. Max followed by is handy for lowering special attackers and for Psy spam, and also resists a Grassy Surge, Rillaboink. Dracovish with Life Orb, Mystic Water or Choice Scarf with the moveset of Vicious Rend, Psychic Fang, Crunch, Dragon Rush. This guy just completely destroys without Rain, meaning with Rains he would pick up OHKOs on even the most tankiest mons. Just abusing Rain even further with additional water type mons that has a great pros and cons. Next we have Lightning Rod support plus Sap Sipper Pokemon to cover for water type innate weaknesses to electric and grass type moves. The main Lightning Rod user for Rain teams at the moment is Raichu with a Focus Sash with Fake Out, Volt Switch, Protect, Eerie Impulse, Thunderbolt, Electro Web or even Nuzzle. Raichu is very crucial in Rain teams specifically because of its great speed tier. Allows you to Volt Switch into your weather setter, potentially overwriting any manual switch in weather setters, whilst providing a electric redirection to your water type mons. A similar thing is being done with Regieleki, but at a faster tier, but losing out on Lightning Rod redirection. The other Lightning Rod user is Alolan Marowak with the Thick Club, moveset of Flare Blitz, Poltergeist or Shadowbone, Protect and Boomerang. Gives you an option for a slow Lightning Rod users to enhance your Trick Room mode of any Rain teams, while also being able to deal with pesky steel types like Ferrothorn and Scizor. For Sap Sipper mons, we have Guja with Assault Vest, Draco Meteor, Flamethrower, Hydro Pump, Sludge Bomb and Thunder. Good switch into Glassy Glide and also protects the team from Sleech Powders and Spores. Has great coverage, allowing this monster to be one of your one-stop check for most mons Rains can have problem with. Lastly, we have alternative supports. Other than the typical Rain, sometimes we need 1 or 2 extra supports to really enhance Rain teams. The first candidate is Sableye with Lagging Tail, Roselli Berry, moveset of Foul Play, Quash, Rain Dance, Trick/Taunt. Sableye allows you for manual setting of Rain with Rain Dance plus Prankster. This bypasses any manual switch-ins of other weather setters or enemy slow weather setter leads. After, he has a very unique form of speed control in terms of priority Prankster Quash, which bypasses Tailwind or Trick to force the target to move last. Very useful for Kingdra mirror matchups or mid-range teams having access to Trick Room and Tailwind in their arsenal. Lastly, we have Dragapult with Focus Sash or Choice Scarf, with the moveset of U-Turn, Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, or Draco Meteor. Generally used if you opted for the Ludicolo as your Rain Abuser, as you can U-Turn proc weakness policy and get a switch into your weather setter. Also allows you to quickly double up on a threat or chip away significantly at threats, as it's extremely fast and does a lot of damage. Dragapult is a very good underrated support for Rain, especially coupling up with Ludicolo and giving it that weakness policy boost that would otherwise have not as much damage as Kingdra. Next Pokemon we have is Togekiss with either Scope Lens or Wakan Berry, moveset of Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, /Yawn, /Helping Hands on this slot with Follow Me, and last move we have either Heat Wave or Protect. Togekiss usage has significantly been lower, as there's a lot of mons introduced in the meta that completely destroys this Togekiss. However, with her versatility of allowing to be a offensive threat or complete support, or somewhat in between, gives it a chance in the meta. Being a fairy type allows it to redirect max wins that would otherwise target an Oko Kingdra in certain positions. Even as a bulky support, you can still Dynamax and provide that ever important speed control with Max Airstream, which can also act as a resistant and counter to Rillaboom. Lastly, we have Among Us with a Cobra, Yacha, Berry, or Focus Sash, Clear Smog, /Sludge Bomb, /Pollen Pluff as its attacking slot, Rage Powder, Spore, and Protect as its next 3 moves. Among Us enjoys being in the rain for fire protections, whilst also providing similar utilities like Togekiss redirection and potential Spore support, while also be useful in chipping away at threats such as Rillaboom that would otherwise be devastating for the Rain Core. Feel free to experiment and incorporate any of your favorite mons, and if you're struggling, please don't be afraid to ask me in the comment sections below, or join the Discord where everyone can help your team build out. Overall, for my Rain team that a lot of people are enjoying is broken down in this way, where Politoed plus Kingdra is my Rain abusing pairing, Celesteela is there to cover for all the weaknesses, Entei to proc weakness policy whilst also being a backup for steel types, Raichu for lightning rod support, fake out and a way to bypass enemy manual switch-in weather setters, accompanied as a backup policy procer with volt switch, and Rillaboom as a backup method for dealing with opposing water type and fake out support. If you guys enjoyed this breakdown, remember to give me a like and tell me in the comment section if you want me to do more of these breakdowns with other team archetypes as well. Let's try to hit 20 likes with these videos, but regardless, hopefully you like the write-up and we'll jump into some of the gameplays of my Rain team I built for Series 7. Alright, what do we have today? We have a Articuno Colossal team. Wow, this is gonna be interesting. He definitely isn't gonna load into that mode though, because we have Rain. There's no way in hell he's gonna go for it. I mean, he could. He technically could. He could be a badass and just go for it. I think we do have to check for it. If he's like a badass, he's like he reads that there's no way I'm gonna lead with Rain here. He might just go like, okay, I'm gonna call you on that, and we're just gonna go with non-Rain here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with Kingdra Raichu. I think Kingdra Raichu is not too bad. In the back we can have Raichu, Politoed, and Celesteela, which should pretty much secure our endgame quite well. Entei is actually pretty decent here. Why did I bring Raichu instead of Entei actually? That's interesting. I think Entei was going to be better than Raichu here, but I like the pivot ability with Raichu, because you can't pivot with Entei, unfortunately. There's no flare switch. He goes out into Rillaboom Glacier. Okay. So what we can do here is just go for the full rain here. Yeah, we could also max... We can also max Hurricane here. Fake out max Hurricane. But that will kill our Raichu. Yeah, I think this is okay. I think we can even kill with a non-max Airstream, to be honest with you. But let's just go into the max Airstream here and Volt Switch. Volt Switch out into Glacier because we can switch into Politoed. He could Dynamax here. He doesn't opt to Dynamax. Okay, so he's going to go for Fake Out Icicle Crash or something like that. And perhaps we should have went into the Glacier with Max Worm Rinse here, because he is going to get a Chilling Neigh boost. But we'll see. Colossal Teams with Glacier is really, really good at the moment. Actually, he Dynamaxed here, so... Okay. I think I'm going to Perish Song early. Okay, he didn't Dynamax the Rillaboom, okay. So it is definitely a Fake Out. We should be able to tank the Glacier quite easily with Max Swimmerins coming through. He actually went for Glassy Glide here, actually. Okay. That's some chunky damage. That was a crit, of course. Okay. No wonder. No wonder. And let's go into Politoed here. We could have faked out in case of what's it called? A Focus Sash on the Rillaboom. But I think it's okay. I think he might change the weather too here. So we might go back out into the Raichu here. I don't really need the weather to do too much damage though. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for Max Hailstorm, which is understandable. And he goes into Kingdra, which should tank it quite well. Yo, that did so much damage. Okay, Glaciers are actually pretty insane. It's on Life Orb as well, that's probably why. That was a neutral Max Geisha there. That was quite insane. I mean, Max Hailstorm. Okay. Understandable. Understandable. He's good. He's cool. He's cool. Okay. What does he go out with next, though? I think I might Max Wormwind into the Glacier slot. Or he could Sucker Punch me. He could Sucker Punch me here. I think this time we go for Max Guard. It's a little bit safe in my opinion, but I think it's the right play to go for, to be honest with you. And we're gonna go for... Oh, actually he might read into that and double up into the Politoed. Actually, I think it's best to attack here. I think it's best to attack here and put Perish Song, because we do get an attack off here. And Perish Song. Okay. Nice. He doesn't opt for the... He's on Sash. Why we opted for the Focus Sash? I mean, why we opted for the attack is because he might go for a double up onto Politoed. And it looks like he does, actually. Okay, he actually did opt for that, too. The Hail should pick up the KO on the Urshifu, though. So now his Glacier is dead to Perish Song, without a doubt. Max Quake comes through. Yo, the Kingdra survives. If I change the weather there, we would indefinitely survive, but I like this scenario actually. I actually quite like the scenario here. Because Urshifu's dead, he's left with one more Pokemon, and his Glacier can no longer switch out, so you know, Parasong Politoed, pretty good. Allows you to kill things that you wouldn't be able to kill anyway. I think we're gonna go out into Raichu here, and we're gonna fake out and put Parasong again. Oh, should I even Parasong again? I think I'm gonna Parasong again, but I'm just gonna Nuzzle here, cause I outspeed all of these guys anyway. So I could even conserve it. I'm just gonna Nuzzle this guy for that para flinching, and I'm gonna Parasong again here. He might go for a double up onto the Politoed here, but he opted for the Protect, which is obvious play here. And I'm just going for another Parasong in case, because there is not much to do. I can technically Protect here, but I want to get the ticks off earlier. Nice, and we got that. Nice suit. Here's the problem, guys. My Celesteela doesn't have a Protect, so that is an issue at hand. However, we can just go for flinches. We can go for a double up and a flinch, which I think is good enough. But basically we just have to conserve the Celesteela here, and we should be in a good shape. We could go for Meteor Beam. This should Oko as long as it lands, but I'm on weakness policy, so yeah, I think it's much better for us to go for the flinch here, to be honest with you. And we have to kill the Colossal, because we have to protect our Celesteela, because these two are slower than our Politoed. And nice, we pick up the KO, which is really nice. So what we have to do in this end game is to conserve Celesteela. That guy can't die. Politoed can die, because he's way faster than Glacier and all that. And nice, I'm getting paralysis and also flinch chances now, which is really, really important in this end game. I'm glad that I went for a Nuzzle instead of Fake Out from last turn. And yeah, this shows you the power of Parasong. It just gives you that extra amount of damage that, you know, you might not be able to kill this Glacier otherwise. We could go for a Flamethrower here as well, but you know, there's no way he can kill the Celesteela at this point. So he just ends the battle there. Nice. Okay, the next game we're up against is against a Regigigas and Neutralizing Gas Man. With the Rillaboom, Tapu Fini, Zapdos, and Lando. But the main core here is definitely Regigigas and Weezing. Wowee. What shall I do here? It looks like I could go for Celesteela Raichu here. It doesn't look too bad, but at the same time it looks really bad. How good is Celesteela Raichu though? If he leads Vili's Regigigas wheezing though, that's gonna be also quite a problem too. This really stops me leading. I think I have to lead Celesteela Entei. And have a Raichu at the back. And probably Tapu Fini at the back as well, because he could lead Zapdos or Regigigas. And I need Entei for the Regigigas, and I also need Raichu for the Zapdos to protect my Celesteela. So I think this is the best of both worlds, because I think Celesteela can tank the Zapdos, but he can definitely tank the Regigigas too. But I think I need that burn just in case. Okay. Nice. Here we go. Neutralizing Gasu. So we're definitely gonna max straight away here. We're gonna go for max steel spikes every single turn here to be able to survive every turn. And I think we might just straight up Sacred Fire this Regigigas. No, I think proccing weakness policy is not too bad. I think we should be faster technically, but we should see. It's better for me to proc my weakness policy than not. He died of access. Okay, he's quite fast actually. Hopefully we get a Lava Plume and it actually burns the Regigigas. This time I'm showing off the second mode of this team, where you can go with the Celesteela instead of the Kingdra mode. There's also another mode, but it's a little less frequent in the Rillaboom mode. You can actually GMAX the Rillaboom in certain scenarios, and it'll be really good. Or even in late game scenarios when you run out of things to Dynamax. I mean, you played a little bit too slow and you run out of things to Dynamax. So what we're here to do is to Steel Spike, gain the defenses, hopefully tank through and get a burn onto this Regigigas. This Weezing should protect though. He doesn't protect. Let's see how many burns we got. 1, 2, just 1. Disappointed. 2, okay. 3. Oh, not on the good ones. This should tank, right? Oh, it doesn't tank. And we didn't get the burn on the Regigigas. However, he has forfeited his Weezing here actually. Oh, yikes. He's running a substitute Weezing. Okay. I see you, substitute Weezing. I see you. Okay, what do we do here? We definitely can't go out into Raichu here. I think we kind of have to tank through this. I think he's gonna definitely go for a protect this time round though. But is it worth me attacking through the protect though? I think it's actually good to go into the Raichu, because then we can actually Volt Switch out as well. And we can also tank through one hit if he does opt to go for that. So I think it's I think this is the choice here. We go for the Raichu here. And we max Steel Spike. We could also just Nozzle here as well. Nozzle could actually win us the game here, because Entei was faster, so Raichu should be as faster than Regigigas. So let's just go with that. I think this could be pretty decent too. Yep, and the Weezing went for Protector. Okay, nice. We got the Paralysis off. It's very unlikely for him to. Okay, he goes in, takes him to Sash, which is fine. That was a crit. I think that didn't matter. I think Raichu was always going to go into Sash right there. If not, be at 1 or 2 HP or 20% or like 5%. This should probably knock out though, right? Yeah, nice. It knocks out, and we also still have one more turn of Raichu and a Dynamax. So we can take out one more threat out, and the Weezing is kind of trash right now. Hopefully the Rillaboom endgame is good enough to get me through. Because, you know, our Celesteela is kind of on a timer where he is actually burnt, unfortunately. But, you know, that's the sadness of using a lava plume. It just burns everything. However, it doesn't really matter because Celesteela is so tanky. Okay. Let's see what he goes out into. Probably Zapdos, I'm guessing. I'm feeling a Zapdos here. Into Tapu Fini. I'm just gonna hit into the Tapu Fini. I don't care about the Regigigas, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for a Max Steel Spike onto it. I'm at +3. This should kill. I kind of want to protect in case there is a Moltres at the Zapdos at the back. But I feel like he's got some kind of max Rockfall or something on, or Hailstorm on the Regigigas. So I'm gonna protect this turn. I think it's okay. I think it's decent. This might be a little bit too safe, but we should. I think this is the safest play because I want to see if there's actually a Zapdos at the back, or if it's a Lando, for example. It very well might be a Lando at the back. That's why he didn't want to bring it out. Moonblast comes out. Oh, it's quite fast. This should knock it out though. +4. Nice. +4 Celesteela. Let's go. I wish I had Politoed right now. Politoed endgame would have sorted me out. Beast boost. But +4 Celesteela though. Unfortunately, we're hella slow. Let's see what he goes for. You know, for the double up on the Raichu. Okay. So, I think that there's definitely a Zapdos at the back here. Hopefully, he's not running Protect. I think if there's Zapdos, we have to kill the I think we have to double up on the Zapdos here. Please don't be a Zapdos. It is. It is. Maybe we should have switched out into Rillaboom last turn. What can we do? We can Flash Cannon. +4 Flash Cannon should be able to knock out. But Regigigas gets a free move off, unfortunately. Yeah, Flash Cannon should... Oh, it's not effective though. What about this? It's not effective either. Meteor Beam... Meteor Beam is a little bit scary. I think I'm just gonna go for the fake out play here. There's no way he doesn't protect. He doesn't protect, boys. Easy game. The paralysis doesn't really matter. Boom. Oh, he's on Berry too. That's not good. That ain't good, boys. Let's Flash Cannon again and Glassy Glide into that slot. We have to kill the Zapdos, whatever we do, to be honest with you. So that's why we're going so hard, because Regigigas will be a problem soon, and we have to kill it as soon as possible, because Slow Start's going to end very, very soon, and he's going to start chunking. He's gone through 3 turns right now. So we have to kill it this turn or next turn. That does enough. Heat Wave probably comes through. Oh, he's on Roost. That's what he's on. Okay. Giga Impact comes through. Let's see who goes on. Rillaboink. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay. Wait. Why is his HP restored when he's flying? Oh no, he's roosted. That's why. Okay. So this looks like I think I should double up just in case. I think it's pretty safe for me to double up here because yeah, I think it's pretty safe. The battle's cancelled. Nice. Oh. There was a world where the Glassy Glide wasn't enough to KO. Yeah. But that Regigigas was a bit weird. He wasn't running yeah, he wasn't running any other moves than Max Strike, which was really weird. But yeah, glad we could clutch that out with the Celesteela mode on the Rain team.